I'm the new manager here at Teton Running. I'm just going to tell you guys a little bit about me. I'm originally from Coyle, and I'm out for a run. I kind of live like out in the middle of nowhere. And I do this out in the back run, and I get to a dead end. The street dead ends, and it's just like forest all around. I come to the end of this road, and I'm like, boop, dead end. Okay, time for me to turn around. And I turn around, and right like 100, 200 yards away at most is just this big old, is a big old moose. Boom, moose, right in front of me. Just a big moose, like brr. You don't mess with moose. They are mean, and they are big, and they will kill the crap out of you. I turn around and I'm like, duh! So I'm just standing there, having this stare down with this moose, and the moose is just sitting there like, if he comes at me, where am I gonna go? There's forest all around me. So I end up sitting there for like half an hour. I go up into the woods, go way around, and I go around like he's down here on the road, and I'm like up in the woods like boop, 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 boop. And I come around behind him like a mile down. I go like 4 miles trekking through the woods, and I come out back onto the road. And now I don't have eyes on the moose anymore. I look back, I don't see the moose there, I don't see the moose, and I'm like, oh, there's a moose on the loose. And so I'm running as fast as I can back to my house because I'm like, I don't know where the moose is, I don't have eyes on it. And so I'm running back to my house, and I get back and come in the door, and I'm like, and my friend's just sitting there like, he's just sitting there watching TV, watching a Disney movie, and he's like, hey man, I thought you were only going 4 miles, what took you so long? You've been going like an hour and a half. And I'm like, why didn't you come looking for me? There was a moose! Why didn't you come get me? You don't worry about people after they're gone like an hour longer than they're supposed to be gone? In college, I actually ran this event called the steeplechase. So the steeplechase is where you run around the track like 7.5 times and you jump over these barriers. And they're not like hurdles, they're more like big, gigantic 4x4s that you can run into and die. And I don't know if anyone's ever died doing it, but I'm pretty sure you could die. If you think that sounds familiar from horse racing, it is. Somebody saw horses doing that and was like, hey, let's try that same thing, but with people instead. I think probably the funniest thing that's happened to me is I was running, and I was coming up to the Waterbury. You jump on top of it, and you jump up into this big puddle of water. So I'm coming up to the Waterbury, and I'm running up to it, and I just run into it. I didn't jump. I didn't jump. Hit it, and I hit my stomach, and hit my stomach, broke my wrist. Turns out it was actually April Fool's Day at the time. It was April 1st, no joke. So I sent a text to my wife and said, hey, I had an accident in the steeplechase, I broke my wrist. She doesn't believe me, and she decides she's going to get me back. And I'm not even thinking about it's April Fool's Day. I'm just thinking about like, oh, I can't really use my hand very well. So she sent me a text back that said, oh my gosh, that's so bad, I've got a ticket and I'm coming home. And I'm like, no, why? What? Why? Why did you get a ticket home? It's a fractured wrist. It's not like a piece of it broke up and traveled through my bloodstream into my lung and I'm about to die. You don't have to come home. You don't have to spend money just because I fractured my wrist. That's stupid. That's a little bit about me. Like I said, my name's John, and I'm looking forward to being part of the Teton Running family, to being part of the running community here in Idaho Falls. I'm looking forward to meeting all of you and learning more about you. So come in, introduce yourself. Tell me something about myself that you learned, or you can ask me questions. Ask me questions in the comments on Facebook. I'll answer anything. Well, I won't answer anything. There's some personal stuff you probably don't even want the answer to. But anything reasonable, I will answer.